Okay, okay. Shall wait for 5 more minutes. I think there are very less participants. If some people join us, then we can start. Good evening, all. Let me confirm. I think yeah. Please confirm anyone that my audio is audible and my shared screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think,
Yes, sir.
yeah. I think we shall start. I think we have waited. Still, there are no participants. Okay, let it be. And please let me know if there is any interruption happens, means, okay. Okay. So moving forward, we have covered earlier basics of pomology first class, then second class is mango, and third class on banana, and now it is papaya. And papaya also, it's one of the very important what is that, fruit crop, which is a tropical crop, and important in regards to in the domestic market and also in the export. India is now in the updated scenario, means in India is leader in exporting the papaya to the Gulf countries. People are coming now. So somebody have joined and left. Okay, it's okay. Okay, we shall move forward. So botanically it is called as Carica papaya, belong to Caricaceae, and the origin is tropical America, that is in the parts of southern parts of Mexico and also Central America. So here also this is yeah, the chromosome number being 2n equal to 2x equal to 18. What is the another crop that have the chromosome number of 18? Pomegranate, right? So pomegranate and passion fruit. See, remember P for 18, P papaya, pomegranate, and also passion fruit. Okay, they belong to chromosome. I mean the chromosome number of 18. They consist of diploid chromosome number 18. Okay, remember that thing. And also synonyms are very much important here. So it is also called as papita in Hindi, papaw or paw paw. Okay, so this is in Native American language. Okay, so melon tree, as the fruit typically resembles a melon of cucurbitaceae family, and it is also referred to as backyard fruit and also breakfast fruit and also wonder fruit of tropics and subtropics. Okay, I have already told in the last class itself, whatever the synonyms are there, you have to mug up everything. Okay, we don't know that maybe the question may be directly asked not by the crop, but it may start with the what is that synonyms also. Okay, they may ask like the chromosome number of melon tree or the chromosome number of like this they may ask. So you have to be well versed with both crop name and also all the synonyms. Okay, and productivity is highest among the fruit crops next to banana. Banana is the highest product, that means yield per unit area, and next to it the papaya falls down. So it's one of the highest remunerative crop. Okay, even though the banana has highest yield, the price may not be that much high for the banana, but for papaya, since it is a seasonal and banana being available throughout the what's that throughout the year, so there won't be much price compared to banana relatively. But papaya being seasonal and the productivity is next to banana, it is the one of the highly remunerative fruit crop. That means the cost benefit ratio is very high. So it contributes of around 36% of the total food production. Okay, this is the data that may vary, but just for your idea, I have put this. So I have told that I won't be discussing any of the statistics like area and production for right now. Okay, only at the time of just prior to 1 or 2 months or before, it is very much important, and you have to be updated with the recent data. So that's it, and it's as I referred, highest carbon benefit ratio, and it has got cost benefit ratio of 1:2.8. That means if you invest 1 rupee, you will get almost 2.8 rupees. So it depends on market price. That maybe it may be more than that also. Okay, and so far the highest productivity was recorded in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, at almost 80 tons per hectare, and the national average is almost 38 tons per hectare. Okay, so moving forward to its distribution, and here all the plants of the family Caricaceae were not known to the outside of the tropical world. That means outside of tropical America before the discovery of America. Okay, except in America. Wait, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So let it be. So your internet connection is unstable. Okay, the power is fluctuating here. I mean, up to 1759, there was only the papaya was only confined to the tropical America and also only in the central part of Mexico and all. Except apart from that, only in Jamaica it was found. But after the discovery of America, that is after Columbus discovered America, it was came to know and by travelers like sailors and all, so it was distributed to the other parts of the tropical world. Okay, and the first sailors, I mean, first distributors were the Spanish and Portuguese people. Okay, they took this from Mexico to Panama. Panama is also, it is the junction between North and South America, and then they took it to Panama and then to Dominican Republic in the 16th century. Okay, and it was introduced. Then it was introduced from Malacca to India. Okay, in the middle of 16th century. So it was by Portuguese. Okay, you have to remember this. This is one of the frequently asked question. Okay, Portuguese. They have bought this fruit. Okay, and from India, the papaya was then introduced to China as an Indian fruit. Okay, referring to as Indian fruit, it was then introduced to China, and after that, it was taken to Italy. That is also from India in 1626. Okay, so it has acclimatized to such an extent that now the topmost 20 papaya producing countries are lies in the Asian continent only, even though it has originated in America. So it has well adapted because it is a tropical fruit, no? Being a tropical fruit, and in Asia and other parts, it is a congenial condition for its growth and development. So it flourishes well here, and it is well acclimatized to this condition. Okay, so you have to remember this in this slide. On the 16th century AD, I mean, in 16th century, and the who bought it and Portuguese. Okay, so okay, this is you have to remember along with the origin. Okay, so moving forward with the species diversity, so it has got wide range of diversity as like a banana only. So high diversity, that is why the diversity means it was due to the rapid process and several mutations. Okay, which is the result of compatibility between several genera and several species also. So remember, you crosses means not just like okay, now it is crossed and over. No, it has occurred millions of years. Okay, it is the results of millions of years. Okay, even the mutations also very long term mutations. It have to be stable means it should be a long term effect. Okay, after that it is stabilized and we have got the different species. Okay, genus and species. So Caricaceae, the Carica family contains almost the earlier documented was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, only 4 genus. Among them, it included Carica, that is Carica papaya, which belonged to our cultivated papaya. It was belonged to genera Carica, which contained almost 21 species, and Jacaraceae 6 species, Silicomorpha 2 species, and also Zerilla. Okay, it contained 1 species. This was the earlier classification, but now, in very recently, I mean almost in the year 2009, sorry, 2000, it seems 1999 or 2000. So the Carica, only the cultivated papaya has only grouped into Carica, genera Carica. All the other, uh, what is that? All the other members of the Carica, apart from the cultivated papaya, were moved into Vesconcella. Okay, so Vesconcella is wild genera. It contains Vesconcella condamarcensis and Vesconcella monoica, Vesconcella cauliflower, like that. All those are wild species, are non-edible species. So they were added to the genera Vesconcella. Okay, now the genera Vesconcella has become 21 species. Okay, and and some of the extra, that means apart, and Gerilla, Jacaraceae were there along with Silcomorpha, and one other genera was added, that is Orovidzia. Okay, it contains only 1 species. So we shall see what are them. So this is Carica. We have learned the cultivated papaya, the tree and also its fruits. This is the tree of Jacaraceae. So the plant, the tree, and sorry, I mean the fruit and also the plant. You can see how spiny it is. And this is Gerilla. It's almost like a creeper. Okay, and the fruits are also very much small compared to other forms. This is Silicomorpha. It also bears very small fruits. This is the one that is Visconsella. That is also called as mountain papaya. This is the one. I mean, Horowitzia. As I said, it has got only 1 species, that is Horowitzia clinodos. Okay, and other important species that the related species that are the source of some traits. It is that may be resistance or some disease resistance or dioshi, monoshi, like that. So those species include like Wisconsin Candamarcensis or pubescens. Okay, this is mountain papaya. This is the source of resistance to PRSV and also tolerant to frost. Okay, and also Wisconsin cauliflora, that is also multiple disease resistance, that has got multiple resistance and also resistant to PRSV. Okay, it's cauliflora and quercifloria. Okay, it has got along with multiple disease resistance with PRSV, and it also got resistant. It has also contain the highest papaya species. Okay, Wisconsin stipulata. This is also Wisconsin stipulata, Odessiana, and also Perviflora. So they are all resistant to PRSV. And Wisconsin monoica, as the name suggests, it is monoecious species. Okay, and Wisconsin Caudina marcensis. Please don't confuse. This is Canda marcensis. This is Condina marcensis. Okay, both are different. And this one and also Helborni, Wisconsin Helborni. There are they are the source of papain. Papain yielding species. Okay, and the species. This is one of the update that the species are placed in the red list. What is the red list? It is one of the red. I think it's also called as red data book. I think. Okay, they include all the endangered or extinct species. That means about extinct species. All the information of them were documented by IUCN. What is IUCN? International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Okay, so some of the species of papaya which were included in the red list are Wisconsin palendensis, rhodesiana, Wisconsin pulchera, omnilingua, Wisconsin palendensis, and also sprissui. Okay, so these things, I think this is not, this might not be very much important, but what are the species that has some special traits contributing to some special characters? These are very much important, and these some of the questions are also asked among them. Okay, monoica, quercifolia, it is cauliflora, and emergencies. These are very much asked. That is one of the frequently asked questions, and also at least you should remember these things: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 to 10. Okay, moving forward. So as we know that after the mango, it is one of the fruit that is which has got second richest source of vitamin A, that is 2020 international units. The mango got 4,800 international units of vitamin A. Okay, and it contains papain. That it is a proteolytic enzyme. Papain is a dried latex which contains proteolytic enzymes, and it has also got carpine. That is a heart stimulant and also diuretic. What is diuretic? The property which yellow pigment present in the papaya is caricalxanthin. So the optimum temperature, that is for cultivation, is a tropical crop, so very much low degrees Celsius, and temperatures below 23 and also above 43 are detrimental growth and development. Okay, so this is common for all the fruit crops. Since we have come across the mango and also banana, so optimum was this much only. Okay, and it is highly susceptible to frost and waterlogging. So same as banana. Okay, even though banana is very much susceptible to frost and also waterlogging, same papaya also. And the 1 gram contains 20 seeds. The seeds, the 1 gram seed weight is, the number is 20 seeds. 20 seeds yield 1 gram. Okay, and the seed rates are around 250 to 300 gram for gynoecious varieties. Gynodaceous varieties, and also 400 to 500 gram for dioecious variety. So always remember, for dioecious variety we require higher seed rate. Why? Because in the dioecious variety there are the possibility of 50 is to 50, that is 1 is to 1. So half of them will be female plants and half of them will be male plants. Okay, so the male plants will become unproductive. Okay, so for that reason, so I'll see almost here double of the seed rate. Okay, for gynodaceous varieties, gynodaceous means female and also hermaphrodite. Okay, so here the 250 to 300, here also 400 to 500, almost double. Okay, so you have to remember this. For dioecious varieties, always the seed rate is almost double. Okay, so after that 50-50, only after flowering we will come to know that it is male or female plant, and after that we have to rogue out the male plants, keeping only 10%. Okay, the 10% male plants will serve as pollinators, and then remaining we have to rogue it out. And it's also a polygamous plant. What is polygamous? Polygamy. Okay, monogamy, polygamy. Polygamy means it has more than one sex forms. Okay, it has got more than one sex form. That is female, hermaphrodite, male. Okay, I will show you the pictures. and the inflorescence is axillary cymospanicle. I'll show the pictures, the cymospanicle of axillary bearing. And the mode of pollination is, it is actually predominantly wind pollinated. And there are in the literature that is a report of entomophily, that is insect pollination also reported. Okay, what is the term is used for the wind pollination, that is anemophily. Okay, it is actually predominantly anemophilous, but there is a report of entomophily. But don't worry, in all the question, I mean in the options, in options, even in the books are also wind pollination will be the answer. And if I don't know if there is any possibility, if they may include only wind and entomophily, or there is less possibility of asking those confusing type of questions. Okay, so just remember it as wind pollination. Okay, and the fruit type is fleshy berry. So you all know that berry, what is berry and all. I have covered in the first class only. And the placentation is parietal. So what is placentation? The attachment of seed to the fruit. Okay. Here the parietal placentation, what happens means the seed will attach to the wall of the fruit, the inner wall of the fruit. Okay. So you might be observed this one. Okay. When you cut open the papaya, so there are several number of seeds that are attached to the wall. Okay, fruit wall. Okay. So that is called as parietal placentation. So seeds are also enclosed in sarcotesta. Sarcotesta, you might be noticed a fluid like a gummy like fluid substance that are enclosed in the seed. That seeds are enclosed in that. That is known as sarcotesta. Okay. So and the spacing is the usually adopted spacing is 1.8 into 1.8 meter, and for HTP, that is for Pusa nana or Pusa dwarf, it is employed is that is 1.25 into 1.25 meter. And for the papain production, the spacing employed is 1.6 into 1.6 meter. So now, and usually if there is a general question, you have to write it as 1.8 and 1.8. And for HDP, there is peculiarly as what is the spacing for HDP only. For in that, you have to write as 1.25 into 1.25. Okay. And for the nutrient analysis, the PTL of fourth leaf is taken. Okay, this is also one of the important thing, that is for very few crops, that is for even this one, and also for grape, they will repeatedly ask for those crops only. Okay, for that you have to remember this. So these are the key points for this slide is one of the important slide because it covers maximum of the points. Okay, you have to remember this. I think you people have noted down, and if not, don't worry, I will give you the notes, but noting down is essential. Okay, and varieties. So one of the important thing, as I said, for varieties is given less importance for by everyone, and for the crops which contains huge number of varieties, so that less importance is will also be in more in number. Okay, so so some of the very prominent varieties, you have to remember. Okay, no, there is no option. Okay, and so there were earlier it was 5 horticulture farms of papaya. That was predominantly only 5 varieties. Okay, Washington, that was dioecious variety. Honeydew, it was also called as Madhubindu. Okay, Madhubindu, it is Honeydew. Washington, Ranchi, Ceylon, and also Bangalore. Okay, those were the only 5 varieties which were growing commercially. So after the crop improvement programs, several varieties are developed by IRA and also GB Pant, IHR, and also several institutes. So some of the very good promising varieties were developed, and they include Digonodiaceus. Please remember here, I have faced 2 questions from even the before last year only, when I joined here for a PhD program, and also when I was writing the UG JRF. Okay, so Pusa delicious. This was the Pusa delicious and also Pusa dwarf. Okay, both of them I have encountered the question as what are the type of varieties. Okay, Canodiaceous or dioecious. They ask only this character. Okay, so they don't ask what are the TSS bearing. Okay, high TSS. What is the this kind? No, they ask either what are the Canodiaceous varieties or dioecious variety. Okay, so you have to remember the 100%. You have to remember all the Canodiaceous and also dioecious varieties. Okay, so Pusa delicious, Pusa majesty, Co3, Co7. So these are the selections: Pusa delicious and Pusa majesty. And also Co3 is a hybrid between Co2 and also Sunrise Solo. CO7, that is the Co3 Co2. You know that no, these were developed by TNAU. And Co7, this is the double cross hybrid, that is the F1 of Pusa delicious into Co3, and with the F1 of and with the Coorg honeydew. Okay, this is the the Co7 and also Coorg honeydew. This is also a selection. And The fruits born on the female plants are seedless. Okay, this is one of the typical character. And also Surya. Yeah, this is a double cross hybrid. It is line 9 into Kamiya Solo, and the F1 of these two are crossed with the F1 of Sunrise Solo into Pink Flesh Sweet. Okay, and Red Lady Taiwan. This is one of the, I think this is the most leading variety all over the, what is that, papaya growing areas. So this is the one which is actually by a private company, and the parentage, the pedigree is still not yet known. Okay, so they are not disclosing the pedigree. Cinta, it is of Philippines variety, and Arca Soria, Surya into Taiching, sorry, it is Tainung 1, and also into a local dwarf, and Arca Prabhat, Arca Soria and Arca Prabhat, both have the same parentage. And don't be confused, in some of the books, it is written as the parentage of Arca Prabhat is written wrongly. And I don't know, one book have written wrongly, and many of them were copied that only, or they have, by mistakenly, they have written it or not. But in many of the books, it was written like that. But this is the real, that means both Arka Surya and also Arka Prabhat have got the same parentage, and among them Arka Prabhat is found more promising. Okay, so these are the gynodiaceous varieties. You have to remember this. And also coming to dioecious variety. So Pusa, giant, dwarf, and Nanha. Pusa Nanha, as the name itself said, very small. Okay, it is a gamma ray mutant, and it starts fruit at the 40 centimeters. That is 40 centimeters from the ground level only. It starts fruiting, and also the plant height is almost maximum 1.25 to 1.3 meters. Okay, beyond that it will not grow. Hence, it is suitable for potted cultivation only. I mean potted pot culture also. So total duration, I mean, starts flowering only very soon. That is just after 240 days. Okay, 240 days after planting. And here also giant dwarf selection from Ranchi. This Pusa dwarf, that is segmenting from the Ranchi. Okay, and Co1, that is selection and segmenting from Ranchi. And Co2, this is also selection. Co5, it's also selection. And here you have to remember, Co5 and Co6 were the varieties which are developed exclusively for papain yield. Okay, so for the papain productions. So here Co5 has got good papain yield, that is 14 gram per hectare. Even though CO5 is very good papain yielder, but the predominant what is that growing variety for papain is actually Koto. Why? Because it is a dual purpose variety. Okay, if there is any if there is a less, if they found there is a less, I mean, there is a probability of less price for the less price in the market for the fruit, they will end up in the production of papain only. Or if there is no, they will harvest, they will let it for the fruits to ripen, and they will harvest it in the markets. Okay, so Co2 and Co5, Co2, Co5 and Co6, you have to remember this papain production. And the varieties for developed and that are developed from GBP GB Pant University. That is the breeding program started there in 1972. So GB Pant University is, I think we all know that this is one of the first agricultural university. What is the year? The started year, I think 1964, right? Yeah. And Pant Papaya 1, Pant Papaya 2, and Pant Papaya 3. Okay. So even though it is not a it is actually a non-traditional area, right? Pant, that is Uttarakhand. So why they have developed this variety? We know that this is the one which is susceptible to waterlogging and also frost, since it's a tropical crop. Okay, so in that condition, they are trying, and they have developed that varieties which are suitable for growing in that area, though. So they have undertaken the breeding programs there. Okay, so among them, they have got two varieties. That is papaya, Pant Papaya 1, sorry, Pant Papaya 2 and 3. Those are tolerant to frost and also waterlogging. So the transgenic varieties include, this is one of the very important thing, the transgenic papaya development for PRSV, that is papaya ring spot virus, that is very much devastating disease. So the Sanup, it was the first transgenic variety that was developed against resistance against PRSV virus through the method of coat protein mediated gene transfer. And the gene transferred for a sunset variety and the transgenic variety was developed was Sanup. Okay, so the Sanup variety was red fleshed. It has less acceptability in the Hawaiian region, where the first incidence of PRSV was reported in Hawaii. Okay, After that, the Dennis Gonzalez and also their associates, scientists, they have started up the breeding of transgenic papaya fruits. So after that, when it is rest placed variety, the local people did not accept. Okay, so after that, the sanap was crossed with the local variety of kapoho, which is of yellow flesh. I mean yellow flesh. The rainbow was developed. So since it is sanap is one of the first transgenic varieties developed, but the rainbow was the first one to commercialize. Okay, so you just have to be careful in this thing. Okay, the first variety was sanap. Okay, and which is the one that commercialized and popularized and growing, grown in a large scale was rainbow. And also some of the other two varieties developed were, but it was not mainstreamed as those things. Okay, sanap and papaya, those were Laya Gold and also Red Kamya. So these are the varieties. This Coorg Honeydew, also Sunrise Solo. So Coorg Honeydew was developed in IHR Chittali farm, that is in Coorg, and these are the Coimbatore, that is TNO varieties or hybrids. So this is Pusa Delicious and Pusa Majesty. I have put these things in one slide means, so they are Denodaceous variety. Okay, please remember Delicious and also Majesty. And these are the ones Pusa Giant, Dwarf and also Pusa Nana. Okay, so they are grouped here means, so they are dioecious variety. Okay, so here you have to remember, I will be always saying in every class. Okay, grouping, this is one of the things that will lead to a stable memory. Okay, when you group the similar things, you will read often, that will imprint in your mind for very long time. So grouping is very much essential. You also read like that. Okay, so this is the one that is leading the cultivar, that is Taiwan 786 or Red Lady, and Arca Surya and also Arca Prabhat by IHR Bangalore. And yeah, this is one of the update. Okay, so this is the first tissue culture variety, that is Thomas Delight. Okay, it is a private sector variety developed by Thomas Biotech in Bangalore, and this photo was taken by me only in the last Krishi Mela here in the Bangalore. So this Thomas Biotech, this Biotechnology Institute, this lies very much near to my campus. This is the one of the first variety released, that is not yet released. Actually, they have commercialized and selling them on, because it is a private sector variety, no. So since the commercialization is yet to happen, but they have released this variety. Okay, and moving forward to flowering physiology and mechanism, this is one of the very much important thing and also very much complicated thing. Okay, so the flowering physiology and mechanism of flowerings. Okay, since it's a perennial crop and it produces fruits for more than it's a perennial crop and produces more than fruit for more than 20 years, but economical yield is only 3 years. Okay, and the stem color varies with greenish yellow to brown, greenish yellow brown, yellowish brown to also reddish purple. Okay, and Wisconsin has got hollow stem, and Wisconsin horowitsiana, it is a climber. Why is this coming in flowering physiology? Okay, Wisconsin stipulata, it has the species which has got spines. Yeah, this is the flowering physiology. It is polygamous plants. Excuse me. Yeah, please hold on for 5 minutes. Okay, I have got a call. So sorry, I have got a call. So moving forward, as I said, it's a polygamous plant, that is a presence of more sex forms. Okay, it has got a separate male plants and it has got female and also hermaphrodite flowers. Okay, yeah. So Vescancella, the species of, the genera Vescancella are dioecious. All the species of Vescancella are dioecious except only two species. Okay, Vescancella monica and Vescancella cordinamarcensis. Okay, apart from those species, they're all dioecious. Okay, So, and the male and hermaphrodite plants, they may go through seasonal sex reversal due to the fluctuation in environment. Okay, this is one of the important thing. Okay, so what are the conditions that favors maleness or femaleness? So those things have to be remembered. Okay, and the stable sex form is pistillate. Okay, so pistillate fruits, pistillate trees, that is female trees, they will not change even there is extremes in the environmental changes, but males and also hermaphrodites, they will change the sex of the plants accordingly when there is a favorable environment condition. Okay, we'll we will see what happens. So this is the male inflorescence, that is there will be a separate male tree. I don't know how many of you have seen the male tree. So the very long lengthy panicles of 1 to 2 meters will be there, like this one, and the flowers of like almost like jasmine, there will be individual flowers. So those are the male flowers. So this is the female flower. So in the hermaphrodite and also in the pistillate plants, there will be female flower, and the female flower is comparatively bigger than the hermaphrodite flower. Okay, and this is ovular, and the what is that? The hermaphrodite flowers will be, sorry, this is not spherical actually. Female flowers will be spherical, and also hermaphrodite flowers, they will be cylindrical. Okay, I will show the images of those things also. So this is the hermaphrodite flower. It is medium sized, but the female flowers are larger. So these are the hermaphrodite flowers. Since it's hermaphrodite, it has both. It has got both stamens and also ovary. So this is male flower, the left one, extreme left one. The center one is hermaphrodite flowers, and also this one is female flower. Okay, this is the ovary. And also very much important thing, I forgot to put that picture. So in market you will see two types of fruits. Okay, one is spherical, that is only full rounded fruits, and also cylindrical fruits. So in the cylindrical fruits, I will show you the fruits like this. Okay, Taiwan red lady, so these ones also you see, and here no, there are many spherical fruits. These are the spherical forms at least. I can show you one. So yeah, you see this is the one which is that what very spherical fruit, and this is the one you got cylindrical or ovular fruit. Okay, so why is this happening means the fruit which is coming from the pure pistillate, that means pistillate flower or a female plant, it bears the spherical shape, that is round shaped fruits. Okay, and the fruits which are originated from the hermaphrodite flowers, which those will be in cylindrical shape. Okay, this is the just one of the reason. So the shape also, the flowers also influence the fruit shape. Remember that thing. So okay, uh, so the flowers have twice as many of the stamens as petals. Okay, so petals will be more than stamens. This condition is known as diplostaminous. Okay, stamens are more, so diplostaminous. Twice as many as means like diplostaminous condition. And the female's influence bears one flowers on short peduncle. Okay, here we have seen the female inflorescence has got only one flower. Okay, in one peduncle. This is the stalk. I have told you in the first class only. The stalk of the inflorescence is peduncle. Okay, that is called as passiflorous. Okay, here this phenomenon is known as diplostaminous. That means the presence of more number of petals, and also the female flower with which has got only one stalk. That condition is known as passiflorous. Okay, and the yellow color is dominant over white. Okay, and the flower color yellow is dominant. That means it will not be completely yellow. Okay, it slightly creamish yellow will be there, and the maleness is controlled by satellite chromosomes. The chromosomes that contains the satellite region in the tip of the, so there the gene will be there. So and the sex reversal is governed by a single dominant gene. Okay, single dominant gene R. So hence its dominant character, sex reversal, is one of the what is that, the major phenomenon. Okay, and the red skin and pulp color are governed by single recessive gene. Okay, so at least for these things you have to remember the genes, responsible genes. Okay, and O'Shea classified flowers into 5 types. Okay, so those are the 5 types which report to as epistolate or so hermaphrodite, or based on the types of flowers. So O'Shea classified the flowers into five parts, sorry, 5 types, and based on that flowering pattern, the plants are categorized into 4 groups. Okay, so what are those 5 types and what are those 4 groups? It is not required. Okay, you just remember the scientist and what is the work done. Okay, and the sex form, this is the important thing. You have to remember this thing. Okay, story, it has got it is also one of the asked questions. Okay, story and also Hofmeyr, what is said by Hofmeyr, what is said by story, Higgins and also Gonsalves. So these are the scientists that is asked prominently in, so I mean predominantly in banana, sorry, papaya. So Hofmeyr story reported 8 sex forms. Okay, there are majorly 32. I mean 32 sex forms, but major sex forms are 8. That is staminata, teratological staminata, that is delongata, elongata, carpellate elongata, pentandria, carpellate pentandria, and also pistillata. Okay, pistillate is the stable sex form. Okay, so these are the 8 types of flowers. Okay, I mean sorry, sex forms. Okay, so you do not need to remember all the names. Okay, just you have to remember the number. So who reported and also the number. Okay, so these are the images. Okay, the first 3 types do not bear fruits. Okay, staminata, because they are from staminate flowers. Okay, so and this is the one important thing after the story. This scientist is very much important. That is the Hofmeyr. He reported that the trait of sex forms, so how the inheritance pattern will be and how these forms will be transmitted. Okay, so they are controlled by genes. We know that the traits, I mean any characters are controlled by genes. So the sex form is controlled by single gene with multiple alleles. What is alleles? The alternate forms of a single gene. Okay, so those are alleles. Okay, and they include M1, M2, and also M, small m. Okay, capital M1, capital M2, and also small m. Capital M implies for it is a dominant allele for, okay, maleness, and also M2 for dominant allele for hermaphrodite, as the name indicates. So capital letter means dominant allele. Okay, and the small letter M, it is a recessive allele for femaleness. Okay, so as we said in the previous list only, the femaleness is yeah, recessive gene, and here the different alleles. Okay, here the M1M, this is the phenotype. So M1M in capital M and M, those are the male plants. Capital M2M, those are the hermaphrodite plants. Because since small m is a female, that is recessiveness, so dominant trait will express over recessiveness, and this is the male plant only. So this is the female plant. So when the recessiveness has to be expressed, means it has to be in the homozygous form. Okay. So small m when the small m is associated with any of the dominant gene, it won't be expressed. And here when it is in association with the same, I mean homozygous condition, that will only express. Okay, so this is the female. Okay, now just remember the, what is that, the, yeah, the alleles. Okay, and the pattern of inheritance, all these things, this may not be essential for JRF level, but at least for SRF and net level, this is very much important, and this is the one of the asked questions. Okay, so here across, what is which flower and what is the inheritance, what is the resultant, that is the inheritance pattern. So when female, it is dioecious condition. Okay, male half all those things. Okay, you know, so when the sex reversal male is selfed. Okay, so the inheritance pattern, that is sex reversal male and pure males were 3:1. Okay, 3 sex reversal male and only 1 pure male. Okay, and when it is crossed with pure male, that means when sex reversal male it is selfed, here we got this condition, and when sex reversal male is crossed with a pure male, the segregation ratio was 1:1. That means 1 was sex reversal male and also 1 for pure male. Okay, and when the hermaphrodite flowers are selfed, the ratio was 1:2. That is 1 female and 2 hermaphrodite plants. This is the very much important question. This is also one of the asked question. What happens when the hermaphrodite flowers were selfed? What is the outcome? So when the hermaphrodite flowers are selfed, so 1 female and 2 hermaphrodite plants will be developed. Okay, this is the benefit. So in the female plants also it bears fruits, and also in the hermaphrodite plants fruits are bared. Okay, and if the hermaphrodite crossed with the male, hermaphrodite into male, the ratio was female is to hermaphrodite is to male was 1:1:1. So all the three forms will be giving will be giving each number of plants. Okay, this is the important thing in this slide. Only this, I think this point, the hermaphrodite itself, this is important. But however, you have to be knowing all the things. So that means what happened if at least these, there are huge, okay, the combinations are huge, but only the importance of 4 to 5 are important. So at least for this, at least for the SRF and also the net aspirants, you have to remember at least for 4, 5, 6 points, this much is enough. Okay. And the change in sex, as I said, no, so they tend to accept the pistillate flowers, there is a tendency of changing, okay, the sex forms. Okay, so they produce a hermaphrodite of female flowers. The male flowers, usually male and hermaphrodite, they will tend to change their sex, but they are not in proper shape. Okay, when the fruits developed from those things, they will not be in a proper shape, okay, and quality. And the why it is like that, exact nature of sex reversal is not yet known actually, but it is somehow confirmed that there is an influence of climate and also genotype itself. Okay, so summer and long day conditions favor the femaleness. Okay, this is one of the important thing. What characters favors the sex change to the uh, okay, sex change. Okay, here the summer conditions also long day, that means it might be summer condition that, or it may be also written as high temperature and long day conditions. Usually the questions are asked like this. Okay, when there is a prevalence of high temperature and long day, what forms are the resultant. Okay, so like that it is asked here. The female the sex changes will take place, and also the femaleness will express. Okay, so the fruits, as I said, fruit from the female flowers, they will be spherical in shape, and from the hermaphrodite flowers it is pyriform, oval, or also elongate. Okay, and carpellody, this is one of the important thing that is particular to the papaya. So what is carpellody? That is a misshapen fruits. Okay, usually the cap-shaped fruits, when the stamens develop abnormally into carpel-like fleshy structures, so this type of fruits will be seen. That is the cat-faced fruit. It is not. I mean, this is one of the malformations. Okay, so carpellody, you have to remember. Carpellody means cat-faced fruits, misshapen fruits. Why it happens? When the stamens are developed into fruits. Okay, not they will not completely develop into fruits. Okay, so abnormal fleshy like structures. Okay, developed, and this is called as carpellody. So this is common in hermaphrodite cultivars. Okay, so this carpellody occurs if the varieties are produced in a warm temperature, and but they are cultivated in cooler areas. Cooler areas. Okay, so what is that? Means if there is the variety is grown and seed production is done in the warmer, warmer places only. But those the warmth in the seeds produced in the warm areas, if they are planted in the colder regions, so this phenomenon will happen. Okay, and the environmental influence for this carpellody, that means when the low night temperature in combination with moisture and nitrogen, that means this is also may favor carpellody. Okay, so coming to, and one of the important thing, the quality enhancement technique, that is fruit thinning. So we will be knowing that it bears too much amount of flowers, and also in that, when they will be setting. Okay, so those all flowers may be pollinated and fertilized, and resulted into fruits. Okay, so thinning of fruits is important because of the resultant will be, if you want a good quality and good sized fruits, because when you thin it, the photosynthetes, the source and sink, the photosynthete will accumulate, transferred into uh, the limited fruits, and they will get proper nutrients, and they will be developed into good size and quality fruits. Okay, for that thinning is essential, and for that 2 to 3 fruits should be allowed per one peduncle. Okay, and drogging is done for three reasons here. So as I said in the earlier, when we plant the dioecious plants, there will be occurrence of 50 is to 50, that is 50% of female plants and 50% of male plants among them. Only 10 needs to be 10 is retained for pollination, and another remaining of them should be eliminated. Okay, that is one of the rogging type. And in another type, that is when in the gynodioecious cultivars, you know that gynodioecious means female and also hermaphrodite. In the female also it sets fruit, and also in the hermaphrodites also it sets fruit. Okay, so in that condition, we know that how many number of uh, fruits will come in gynodioecious variety, that is one female is to two hermaphrodite. Okay, so for in that condition, the female plants are removed, and also only the hermaphrodite flower, the hermaphrodite plants are retained. Okay, Why they do like this means, so we have seen that what are the fruits come from, how will be the fruits coming from the pistillate flower, and also how will be the fruits coming from the hermaphrodite flowers. So if there is any demand for the hermaphrodite, that is fruits of cylindrical shape, so they will retain only the what is that hermaphrodite plants, and they will remove the female plants. Okay, so in that case, the rocking may also be done. And in the third case, so the plants which are severely affected with the viral disease. Okay, so this is one of the important thing. You have to very careful because with the PRS may result in a yield loss of almost 100%, okay, 40 to 100%. It is very devastating. Entire Hawaii Island, the cultivation of papaya was devastated. Okay, I'll show you the pictures. So for the viral affected, the disease affected plants also removed, and this is also one of the rogging. Okay, for the dioecious cultivars, ganodaceous cultivars, and also for disease affected plants, the rogging is done. So this is one of the important thing. It is papaya. It is also planted as a filler crop. Okay, so what is filler crop? It is the one which is accommodated in the what is that, in the hexagonal or in in what is that, another quincunx system. Yeah, there is a extra space, no, so they in that they will plant the papaya plant. So it is grown as a main crop, but it is also grown as intercrop. So in which condition it is suited, where the spacing for main crop is given when there is given less than 5 meter. When there is a spacing of more than 5 meters for the main crop, so in that case papaya can be used as a intercrop as a filling material. Okay, filler crop. So here only more than 5 meters means almost, I think almost in the field of mango and also in the coconut. Okay, it is very much suitable. So papain production. So we all know that it is also grown for the papain. Okay, and the papain is what, nothing but the dried latex of immature fruits. That is immature fruits of almost 90 to 100 days, or it is of 70 to 100 days fruits. Okay, so those from those fruits the papain are extracted. So 95% of the papain used for food and beverage industries, and also 5 used in pharmaceutical and also other purposes. Okay, so there are longitudinal cuts are given from the what is that, stalk end to what is that, blossom end. That is from stalk end to the tip of the fruits longitudinally. The cuts are given. Why they are given like that? Because the flow of the what is that, for the easy flow of the latex, the longitudinal cuts are given. So cuts are given to immature fruits, and in the bottom there will be a cup. Okay, so it collects the papain, and those are dried and they are used for those industries. Okay, so as I said, co5 and co6 are the varieties that are developed exclusively for papain production, and co2 and kusama industry, so they have got dual purpose varieties, both used for fresh fruit and also papain purpose. Okay, so since it is one of the added advantage, so they might be used as their wish, no, so hence their cultivation is very much predominant. So, and the yield of the papain is almost 250 to 375 kg papain per hectare per annum. Okay, and also from a single plant you can get an yield of 200 to 300 gram. Okay, so this is one of the important thing, that is ethophan. That is, yeah, ethophan application also increases the flow of ethylene. Okay, gives the yield and quality. Sorry for the spelling mistake. That will increase the yield and quality of papain. So what are all the maturity indices? So visually we can see, we can assess by seeing visually only change in color from dark green to light green and to a development of yellow streaks. Okay, this is one of the proper maturity index. Just change of green to yellow is not okay, is not the appropriate thing. Green to yellow along with the streaks. Okay, so the fruits are harvested in this condition will ripe uniformly. Okay, so you might be observing that when you brought a fruit, that you keep for ripening, and you will see that after 1 or 2 days only that means the distal end of the fruit will ripen, and that will ripe even faster, and also it will be softening. At the calyx end there will be still fleshy. I think you might observe or not, or if you next time if you buy the fruit and you just see once, okay, after 1 or 2 days. So why that happens means the upper portion will be remaining flesh only, so still hard, but the lower portion will be ripening. Because when there is, if they harvest immaturely, that is still in the before the color break stage, so this condition is known as color break stage. Okay, so changing of color and along with the greens, sorry, along with the streaks. So So when the harvested before this stage, incomplete ripening will happen, and when there is harvesting after beyond this stage means, so we know that it's a climatic fruits, the high response for ethylene production, and also it will ripe very fast and it will decay very fast. This is also one of the important thing. Papaya is the one of the fruit that is and that has got more huge wastage. Okay, so at this stage, when you harvest beyond the maturity index, that this stage become the flesh becomes very soft and it is prone to damage. That is by bruising in handling and also in the transport. Yeah, transport times. Okay, so you have to be very careful in harvesting. And for the color break stage, what is the color break stage? That is 1/4 turning stage. It is okay. Change of color 1/4 for export and also 3/4. Okay, after maturity only. So 1/4 matured and also 3/4 matured for local markets. And the latex of the fruit will almost become watery. So this is one of the maturity indexes only. And the flesh color change. Okay, now the flesh will be almost greenish yellow to the pink. I mean, sorry, not pink. That is orange to yellow, or that means, or it may be red. Okay, so yield. So there is no much importance given to yield because it's one of the crop that is known for its high yield. The yield, knowing of the yield is very much essential. Okay, so the national average was 38 tons per hectare, but even I have seen personally that many of the orchards that was grown well maintained were giving more than 80 tons, 100 tons. Okay, so there is a possibility with good agronomical practices. Okay, the highest productivity was recorded, as I said earlier, in it was AP. It is almost 80 tons per hectare. Okay, and in a well-maintained orchard, is more than 100 tons per hectare can also be obtained. Okay, from the guided anodiaceous cultivars. Okay, and this is one of the important thing, that is storage. So it may be stored for 4 to 6 days at room temperature, and also 3 weeks if there is if it is stored in controlled atmospheric storage. What is controlled atmospheric storage? So giving more with storing with more, I mean, more amount of carbon dioxide and with less number of, less amount of oxygen. Okay, so when the fruits are harvested at 1 or 2 streak stage, that is a color break and also streak stage, if stored at 13 degrees Celsius, this is the one that's storage temperature, and it is 13 degrees Celsius with 85 to 95% RH, that will develop 40% color in the next 10 days. That means this is the one, at least if it is stored in 13 degrees Celsius, the shelf life is prolonged, and the seeds are also stored at 12 degrees Celsius and also with 50% RH. Okay, so here the major pests and diseases, only major ones are enough. And since papaya ring spot virus is one of the, I don't know, very huge number of questions will arise from this disease only. Papaya ring spot virus. Who reported it first, and when it was reported first? Who reported it? What are the works that has happened? Because of the transgenic varieties are developed for this only. Okay, so it was first reported in Hawaii Islands, Hawaii. But in India, it was first reported in Pune by Dr. Kapoor. Okay, it is both SAPT and also epitransmittable disease, and PRSA also found in other families, that is of Cucurbitaceae and also Chenopodiaceae. So this is, you have to be very careful in growing. Okay, if you put an intercrop of any Cucurbitaceous gourd, so there is a possibility of acting it as a possibility of cucurbits as an alternate host, and there is a chances of disease emergence. Okay, so cucurbits and also Chenopodiaceae, some of the leafy vegetables of Chenopodiaceae and also the gourds, it should not be intercropped with papaya. Okay, so on the scientist Dennis Gonzalez was developed the transgenic varieties that are resistant to papaya ring spot virus. Okay, and also another important disease is viral disease, that is papaya leaf curl virus, that is transmitted through whitefly. Okay, by Bemisia tabaci. Ring spot virus, apid. Okay, leaf curl virus, papaya leaf curl virus, that is whitefly. Okay, the vectors are important. And what are the fungal diseases? That is damping off, that is caused by Pythium afnidermatum. So Pythium and also Phytophthora. Okay, it is a soil-borne disease, both from Pythium and Phytophthora. Damping off may result, and also powdery mildew, and also root knot nematode. Root knot nematode and also reniform nematodes. And the major pests include aphids, mites, scales, and also fruit fly. Okay, so since this one is asked frequently, I have put some of the slides. So transgenic breeding for ring spot virus, as I said, it is the most devastating disease with yield loss of almost 100%. And when you see this type of fruit, is it marketable? No, right? So this will lead to unmarketability of fruits and also both on fruits and also leaves. So these type of symptoms can be seen. I think many of you have also observed these things. So this history and all, I think it's not required, but since I have attended one of the seminars which was associated by the ones which have developed the PRSU resistant varieties, okay, the Gonzalez and co-workers, okay, then Dennis Gonzalez and associates. So one of the associate worker was presented this seminar. I have attended that, and from that I have drawn this. Okay, it belongs to potavirus group. It has two types, okay, PRSVP and also PRSVW. Okay, and this affects the cucurbits. As I said, it affects both Caricaceae, cucurbitaceae, and also Chenopodiae fruits. I mean Chenopodiaceae crops. So those are the ones. The major vectors are aphids. So this is the one of the image that in the earlier before the incidence of PRSV, there was huge in the islands of Hawaii, in the mountains as we grow the coconut, sorry, I mean arecanut in the Western Ghats. So this was the prevalence of papaya in the Hawaii Islands. Okay, so like this after the incidence of PRSV, so this was the condition. See how it devastated it one. So many of the things almost 100% vanished. Okay, so PRSV, it was first discovered in Hawaii, but in India, provided by Dr. Kapoor in Pune, and the Gonzalez and co-workers started developing transgenic varieties, and also, so here the transgenic that is Sunup rainbow. I have told no, the first one was Sunup. Okay, it is red fleshed since it has got less acceptability. The Sunup was crossed with the Kapoho local yellow flucid variety, and we got rainbow. Okay, this is a procedure that is coat protein mediated gene transfer. So this is of one of the genetic and engineering techniques of the main principle is parasite derived resistance. Here what it happens means the parasite derived resistance, that is we will get the resistance from the parasite only, that means from the virus only, just like the vaccine, what is the basic thing? They will isolate the mild, that means virulent strains of the vaccine. I mean, sorry, the virus. They will insert into our body, so our body tend to produce antibodies against it. Okay, so after that, when it is produced, even though if there is a chance, if there is attack of the virulent host also, it will be prevented. Okay, the variety will be resistant. Okay, so isolation of coat protein, it is a mild strain of virus, and also inserting into a vector that is a marker gene, and also plasmid DNA. So the vectors, the gene is transferred into the plasmid DNA, and also it is cultured and it is bombarded into the variety, the tissues of the variety, and they are after that they are cultured, and when they are isolated, and yeah, and then tissue culture process that will go on, and the new varieties will be released. Okay, so this is the one. First obtained was Sunup, and also Sunup into Kapoho, and we got the rainbow. Okay, so this is about a brief about papaya, and these are the processor products, that is tutti frutti, jam, jelly, candy, and also nectar, fruit concentrate, puree, powder, and also pickle. Okay, so these are the ones. So this is about papaya. So if there is any doubts, please let me know, or else you can ask in the group. If there are no doubts, we shall wind up. You can ask in the group also. In 1 or 2 days, I will share the notes of all the covered. Okay, the basic pomology, basic pomology, mango, banana, and also papaya. Since there is some correction, some editing process will be taken, it shall be taken. So hence it is getting delayed. Okay, I will share the notes. Don't worry. Meanwhile, you have to read, you have to revise all these points. So there are very less number of participants today. So I don't know. They might go to the links. Okay, we shall we wind up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you everyone. Good night. Read well.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.